welcome to stage number 4 of the 2022 Tour de France. Today I've got the opportunity to go behind the scenes in the race with Skoda in the convoy. It should be a sick day. Let's get on with it.
Oh, just give me a second to think about that. Hold on. Is that filming now? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you can just cut it.
Yeah.
Then do a picture of me doing that. I think Groenewegen is going to double up. Yeah. I think he's going to do it again. Yeah.
And secondly, will we see crosswinds today? Is it going to be carnage, or is it not
the
windy?
last part? And just, to be honest with you, I think it will stay together. I think there might be a couple of little splits, but I don't think it will massively split today. But I do think tomorrow will be completely different. Obviously, a completely different stage. I think it's going to be ripped to shreds tomorrow. Biggest day of the tour so far tomorrow.
When we leave the departure village, we're gonna go into the car, and then just before the race starts, we go on the racetrack. Then we go like 40-50 kilometers, and then I will drop you at a helicopter. Then you will fly. You will wait actually for the riders. You will see them pass, and then you go into the helicopter, and 30-40 kilometers further I'm there again. I will pick you up, and then we see how the race goes. We listen to Radio Tour de France, and then if the gap is like more than 2.5 minutes, we might get into the race. It's a fun day. Yeah. It's going to be hopefully a fun day. Yeah. And then we will see them at the finish line.
Who's your pick for today?
My pick for today, I would say, what I hope or what I think.
What do you think?
What I think. Okay, I would go for Jacobsen today.
Okay, let's go.
Nice bag here.
So this was it. As you can see by the hundreds of fans lining the road, we were in the race. We had about 30 kilometers to travel before the drop-off point where the helicopters were going to pick us up. After a quick brief, it was time to watch the riders fly past. You get it? Fly past. I'll see myself out. We fly right over the top of the peloton. Hopefully we don't fly into them because that wouldn't be good, but yeah. All right, here we go.
Mind your head.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Welcome.
The helicopter was insane. It was unlike anything I'd ever experienced before, and it gave you a complete unique experience and view from the race. We were in the air for about 20 minutes, and then when we came to land, we jumped back in the car and back in the race. We continued on the road for a few kilometers, and then we pulled over on the side to get some lunch whilst we waited for the breakaway to catch us up and come past so we could jump in the race convoy. We only had about 15 minutes to do so. So after spending the day in the car today, we've just made it to the finish line in time. We're going to head into the finish line area and try and get as close as we can and see, is the win going to split today's stage? Is it going to be a solo winner, or is it going to be a bunch sprint? Let's find out. Now, a couple of days after this moment, I travelled south with the rest of my Skoda Wheel of Cycling teammates to take part in what was supposed to be the best, most exciting and most populated event in the whole entire year, the L'Etape du Tour. This is my third participation in the event and I was more excited than ever. Mountain descents on closed roads. Very few things come close to the fun and exhilaration of this event. But before we could even get to the top of the first mountain of the day, the Col de Galibier, disaster struck. So my day has ended before it could even begin. The first hour was hectic. I worked so hard to make my way through the front group. I started at the back. I made it to the front. I was in the lead group of the fast guys at the front. We were smashing it up with Col de Galibier. I was on the limit and then my bike just itself. I mean, it seems to be working now, but every time I put some pressure down, the free hub just gives way and the cranks turn and the wheel does not. Problem. And there is literally nothing we can do. There was one neutral service car in the race, but it was just in front of our group. At the time, it didn't see me have the problem. I rolled back down to the bottom of the first climb, which is the Col de Galibier. There's a Shimano service car at the bottom, but sadly they've not got any spare wheels. So I literally don't know what to do. I'm, in the middle of the French Alps, stuck. It's frustrating because I think we were on for a good time today. I know it's not a race, but I was in the lead group. I was feeling pretty good as you can do riding up the Col de Galibier at 2,500 meters. But yeah, I was having fun and the bike gave way. So now I've got to work out a way of how to get to the finish. To be honest, there's 16,000 cyclists coming through, so I might just sit here for a bit and watch them come through and give them all a bit of encouragement. Allez, 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 allez. Do a wheelie, pull a skid, boo GCN. All right, so I managed to find some of the other Skoda guys and I've got a lift to the finish. So as a famous man once said, probably, there'll always be another chance. See you next year, let's out.
If she needs some good, tell her she can hop on. She know I'm the top dog, I know she a hot one. Balenci's on her feet, and you know I got the socks on. She said with my high sauce, she ain't with no